Hey YouTubers, Mike Martins here, Mike Martins channel. I titled this video Economic Storm of the Century because we were in a perfect storm, with housing prices, asset bubbles, and going through this deflationary period we're going through and stagnation and just not moving. Now we are headed towards unemployment, but mass unemployment. And I did a video yesterday depicting all the Commonwealth and where people are losing jobs and key sectors are losing jobs. Important, um, vital sectors to the economy. Now, it started off. I started off making videos starting about housing crisis. Don't buy in Sydney. Don't buy in Australia right now. Don't buy in New Zealand. And I started about. It's going to go into 10 years this summer now. This summer, in 2 months, 3 months, it's going to be 10 years I've been making videos. My first channel was taken down um, because I was a little bit more aggressive and ringing the alarm. And now we're seeing the writing on the wall. It's getting really bad. I received 44, 45, I guess. I didn't read the last one, but 44 emails today of people getting laid off and people losing their jobs and people frantic to make ends meet or what do they do. People asking for advice. Guys, a lot of people did listen to what I had to say, you know, and I thank them for that, and they thank me for that. And a lot of economists for the longest time were saying, "Oh, things are well, things are going good, things are this, things and that," and I was the kind of opposite polar end of that, and I got a lot of shellac from that. But it pays off in the end, It all pays off in the end. But anyways, guys, we're headed towards mass unemployment, right? And it's going to get tough to fund the public sector. So you're going to start seeing police, doctors, nurses either get laid off or relocate to the states. Um, we're heading towards a world back gold standard. Philippines this morning rang the alarm too. I was reading this article. I couldn't believe that Philippines is now buying gold and putting it into their reserves. And when you see a country do that, that's telling you that they want to economically hedge against a crash or economically hedge against inflation or hyperinflation. So the more gold they could put into the reserves, depending on how much money has been printed and is out there, they could actually maybe save their currency, right? So it's very scary the way things are headed. What we're headed towards right now. Very very scary. Housing. You guys know what's been happening if you've been following my channel, from Sydney to Melbourne. To Auckland. Now Hobart's seeing problems because the people left the big cities in Sydney and Melbourne and moved to Hobart and inflated prices through the roof. You got New Zealand having to put a foreign buyers tax on. No, not foreign buyers. No foreign buyers allowed. And now their housing is plummeting right now and going through stagnation too, and plummeting, stagnation, plummeting, plateau, plummeting. And then you got the UK that's been plummeting for the last 2 years. The UK was the first, the United Kingdom was the first country that joined the show, that opened to foreign investing more. For earlier was one of the first countries. Park your money in England; it's safe here. We got a good, system and blah blah blah. And now they've been going. We're looking at about 20 to 25 months now of declines. So the England's, especially London area, is going to need another 6 to 10 quarters of retraction, of false air being blown into the bubble. So they got to retract all that of these asset bubbles that have been propped up with foreign money being parked in their country. So this is a huge epidemic that's or pandemic that's basically spread around all the English-speaking world, and a lot of countries are getting smart and they're jumping off the petrodollar and moving towards safer havens like gold and crypto. Some people are doing. Some countries are doing crypto, but the way we're headed towards unemployment, it's going to start affecting the public sector once the private sector can't afford, with minimum wage going up and more layoffs. It's just everything is happening, and this is basically the economic storm of the century. Everything, you know, housing, currency devaluations, gold spiking, silver going to go up. Don't take any advice I tell you, any financial advice whatsoever. Make sure you seek professional help when it comes to financing your money. Make sure you seek opinions from others, and follow your heart. Follow what you think is right. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just kind of taken back with how fast things have changed in the last 2 weeks. And with all these other currencies unpegging from the U.S. dollar, the U.S. is not going to have that the privilege of printing off money when they need to pay off debts. So if we're looking at another '08 style crash uh, in the U.S., they're going to have a really tough time paying back their debt with deflated currency. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens, guys. Guys, buckle up for the ride. Um, Buckle up, breathe, relax, okay? I'm getting a lot of unemployment emails from people. Relax, okay, people? Everything always finds a way to work itself out, believe me. And the amount of homelessness, I did a video the other day on people being charged $100 for sleeping or sitting on the streets. They can be fined up to $100. This is a problem, guys. People are being fined for not being able to afford accommodation. A lot of these people that are on the streets would love to have their own place and a bed to sleep in and a place they could call home. Okay, and a lot of the people are in these situations now are teenagers and young people in their early 20s that were couch surfing and hit hard times, and we've come and accepted and became sensitized to the fact that homelessness is just the normal thing and people hit hard times. No, it's not. It's not normal, because back in the early '80s, you had the town wino or the town drunk that was always, peddling for money around town and stuff and trying to help odd jobs here and there. And he was homeless, and the community kind of knew who he was and stuff. No, now it's everybody. It's daughters, sons, uncles, nephews, grandmas that are becoming homeless now. Things are changing, and they're sensitizing us into believing that it's just normal, and you hit hard times. It's then now give it another 4 years. Oh, it's normal to be homeless for 2-3 years of your life. It happens. They're gonna make that a norm. Like, oh yeah, that's a normal thing to happen. So guys, the economic storm of the century is here, guys. It's everything, and my channel's we've been talking about this for a long time. I try to be as vanilla as possible ever since my first channel got taken down. This channel has lost a lot of Australia housing videos, like 400 plus videos. I don't know why. Dating back to I think it's 2010, 2011. So I started seeing the writing on the wall very early, because I experienced a 2007 crash in Miami, in Florida. I was there. I know that. I've been there. I've seen it. I've seen the disparity. I've seen the sheriff's big stickers they post on the door when they repossess properties. These big poster-style stickers with all filled out with magic marker with the sheriff and changing locks and stuff. I've seen it. Now, I'm going to ask everyone to properly hedge their portfolios, properly look at covering their spreads, making sure they have enough food and water at home, making sure they have enough maybe a couple of solar panels so you can stay on grid and find out what's going on, a crank up radio. Guys, it's happening. Don't forget to join me this Saturday for Mike in the Night. We're going to be discussing the death of the pension, and this is going to be critical because of the amount of boomers going into retirement that will pretty much end up being homeless. And yeah. So let's see what happens. Oh yeah, and the trade wars. We got trade wars going on, and that's going to lead to more jobs. China's looking at 20 to 25 million layoffs with these trade wars. So let's see what happens, guys. Get professional advice when it comes to prepping your portfolio and stocks. Get professional advice when you're stacking your silver and gold. Get professional advice when you're buying and selling your property. Don't leave it to a person like myself or anybody. Do your own research. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'd like to know. I read most comments, so if I don't, it's because the video is like 5 years old. And yeah, keep sending the emails. I'm here for you guys, and And some of the sad stories that I've been reading from people, it's crippling. And some of the good stories where people like, I get a lot of Mike, you're the man, Mike. That one where the guy's like, yo, dog, this is so good. I didn't buy a house. I had the money for a deposit. My real estate agent said I was a nut. I didn't buy because it was an opportunity of a lifetime. Right now, that same house has been on the market for like 90 days, man. Thank God I didn't buy. I don't know. You just woke me up one day. I get that a lot. So I'm happy that a lot of people did take into consideration what I said. And I did get a lot of shellac from real estate agents. Oh, if people listened to you all these years, they'd be down $200 equity right now. And I'm not hearing from those real estate agents anymore. I think they finally realized that that the game is over. The gig is up. You know, they were always one step ahead of the fuzz, but it's over. Guys, stay safe, take care, and we'll talk soon, okay? I'm looking forward to reading your comments, and if you want to support my transmission, please share one of my videos. That's all I'm asking for. Thank you.